Jai Shriman Narayana. Hello everyone, I am the Pauranika. Welcome to the 23rd episode of Sri Mahabharata as written by sage Vedavyasa. This episode is in continuation to the Sambhava Parva of Adi Parva, the curse of Pandu. The wide-eyed daughter of Kunti Bhoja was known for her beauty, virtues and character. The soft-spoken daemon practiced strict discipline and adherence to dharma. Many kings wanted to marry Kunti as she was the definition of an ideal woman. The proud father, Kunti Bhoja, decided to organize a Swayamvara for his daughter where she gets to choose one of the many kings in attendance. Among the kings, Kunti saw a man with broad chest shining like a sun on earth and her heart skipped a beat. Kunti blushed to crimson and placed a garland around Pandu's neck, and the disappointed kings returned to their kingdoms with dropped faces. Then Kunti Bhoja conducted the wedding in his kingdom and sent his daughter and son-in-law with many gifts to Hastinapura. With a mighty army accompanied by Brahmanas and sages, Pandu entered Hastinapura along with Kunti. Later, Bhishma thought that Pandu should take another wife. He, with a great army along with senior ministers, Brahmanas and Maharshis, went to the kingdom of Madra. The king of Madra received him reverentially. Just to add a bit of detail here, the sloka here says, Datva tasyasanam subhram padyamarghyam tadaivacha madhuparkam cha madre saha praprachagamanerdhitam, which means, while receiving Bhishma and the people who accompanied him, the king of Madra offered water to wash hands and feet, a place to sit, and a drink or a refreshment made of milk and honey. This is the ideal and respectable way of reception which till date is being followed in the households of Bharat. Then Bhishma said, Selya, I heard that you have a good-natured sister by name Madri. I am here to ask her for King Pandu. Think about it and let me know your opinion. Then the king of Madra, Selya, said, There is nothing else I can expect for my sister and I am delighted with your proposal. However, our ancestors have established a tradition in our family. The boy should offer at least a pair of cows and take the bride. Good or bad, this is our family tradition, which I think you two are aware of. Now, I cannot overrule that. Oh, there is nothing wrong about it, and I wouldn't want you to break a family tradition at any cost. Bhishma said and offered gold coins, ornaments, elephants, horses, chariots and clothes as gifts to the Madra kingdom. Shalya accepted those gifts heartfully and gave his sister to the king Pandu. King Pandu lived happily with Kunti and Madri. After a month, he had set on a conquest of kingdoms after paying his respects to Bhishma, Dhritarashtra and other Kuru elders. Being blessed by them and the Brahmanas who chanted the Vedas, he set out with a huge army that includes horses, elephants and chariots. The great king Pandu first attacked the kingdom by name Dasarna and defeated them. Then, with many flags and countless elephants, horses, chariots and foot soldiers, he marched towards kingdom Magadha. He killed the cruel king Dhirga in his own palace. From there, he went to Mithila and defeated king Videha. In the same way, he won the kingdoms of Kashi, Sukhma and Pundra. Finally, all the kings of the world submitted their allegiance to King Pandu. He brought priceless possessions submitted by the kings to Hastinapura. For the world that was forgetting the stories of Shantanu and Bharata, Pandu's feat acted as a reminder of the valor of Bharatavamsha. He also made the kings who stole the riches of Kuru dynasty or Kuru kingdom to pay reparations. Not just the subjugated kings, but the ministers, people and even the common folk praised Pandu and attained happiness under his rule. After achieving such great victory, King Pandu aided Dhritarashtra in performing many yagas. Later, he decided to visit the forest for hunting. Accompanied by Kunti and Madri, he visited the southern part of the Himalayan range and lived in the forest there. As he roamed the forest with his bow, arrows, wearing an armor, the forest dwellers thought that a god had come down. Dhritarashtra had made arrangements for a comfortable stay of the king and queens in the forest. Meanwhile, Bhishma learned that the girl of King Devaka was a beautiful and virtuous lady and got her married to Vidura. One day, while hunting in a forest, Pandu saw a deer and doe mating and shot them with 5 golden winged arrows. To King Pandu's shock, the deer spoke in a human voice. "Being a king and protector of the land, how could you commit such heinous act?" The sage in deer's voice said. Pandu said, "Mriga, I didn't know that you are a man in the guise of a deer. It is a king's duty and responsibility to restrict the animals to their territory in order to protect the people from them. I was just doing my job and I haven't deviated from the path of dharma." Then sage Kindama in the form of deer said, "Yes, it is indeed the responsibility of the king to hunt animals and protect people. But you have seen that I am in a union with my wife. You should have waited a minute before shooting us. The divine bliss of procreation is common for everyone, and because of you, I haven't experienced it. Therefore, I am cursing you. When your mind desires a union with your wife, you will die, and the wife who caused the desire in your heart will follow you." King Pandu was disheartened. He went back to his cottage and informed his wives about the curse. "Despite being born in a great family, I lost self-control and got addicted to hunting. That's why I'm suffering. Moksha is the only way ahead for me. I'll take the sannyasa diksha and will spend rest of my life begging alms from the trees or 5 to 10 houses. Like my father, I will dedicate my life to spiritual progress. I'll live the rest of my life without hurting any living creature on earth." You both return to Hastina and inform our elders and people that I have taken the sannyasa dharma and renounced everything. Pandu said, "Maharaja, if you have decided to renounce everything, we will not stop you. But if you ask us to leave you, we will leave this world. There are many people who attain great spiritual progress while living with their wives. Please do not ask us to go." Kunti and Madri pleaded. Then the king and the queens gave away their ornaments, fine silks, and told the assistants and brahmanas to inform Hastinapura that King Pandu had renounced everything and took vaanaprastha along with his wives. Hearing these words, the assistants and brahmanas who accompanied them to the forest were heartbroken. They cried and tried to convince him, but in vain. With sorrowful faces, they returned to Hastinapura. Dhritarashtra heard about his brother and was shattered. Thinking about his brother's plight, he stopped sleeping and even conversing with people. Pandu, on the other hand, along with his wives, through the forest of Chitraratha, crossed the mountains by names Kalakuta and Himavanta and reached Mountain Gandhamadana. There, many great siddhas, sadhus, and sages became his protectors. After a while, he crossed lakes Indradyumna and Hamsakuta and finally settled at Mountain Satashrunga and continued his penances there. Thank you. Jai Sriman Narayana.